Hello, hello, hello. So I just finished walking the dogs and I have my water because I can't really have coffee in the morning. So good morning, all. Good morning, all. Um, we are live and ready for the coffee session. So if you have any questions or if you want to talk about something, please go ahead and put it in the comment section and I will answer any questions that you may have. This is going to be my very first coffee session early in the morning. No makeup, no nothing. I think that we all need to have those mentors and everything. And I'm really, really looking for the time to actually put that in because I do have my new school platform and it's Grow and Succeed today. And it's $15 a month. I don't have a yearly plan yet. I haven't decided, but it's $15 a month. And, but what we're going to do today is I'm definitely going to be talking about business. Business itself is an amazing thing. And so let me go ahead and get my notes out. Let me get that done. So definitely, give me 1 second. Woo-woo. Let me print these because I'm not going to be able to look at this and be able to do this all at the same time. So there's the printer. So, and I want to introduce myself. My name is Yaya Diamond, and I am a podcaster, singer, entrepreneur. I love to do things on the entertainment side. I'm also the co-CEO of women2women.tv.com, which you can get your free account and start watching all kinds of original content like now. If you get your free account, women2women.tv.com, women2women.tv.com. I also have my own TV show and TV channel, YayaDiamondTV.com, where you can go up. I'm going to be updating that and updating Women to Women. We have so many amazing new shows, always looking for new content and for people who want to put their content on our platform. And once everything gets started and we start getting those subscribers and everything, we start getting those people that come in and advertisers, we will be paying out very good money. So I think you guys should check women.com out for yourselves. So let me get that. I just printed. So, okay. I got a bunch of different things that I love to do. And let's just go ahead and get this going. Here we go. I'm going to have to get that later. All right, so we're talking about business. We're talking about growing and succeeding in our coffee channel and also on school. So grow and succeed on school is just an amazing platform, most of all. But second of all, it is definitely, let me get this and put this up there. Grow and succeed on school with me, Yaya Diamond. All right. I did that last night. I did the actual session last night because I got offered the lower subscription rate just to try this out. I do coach personally, and growing and succeeding has always been, my goal as a person. I quit my job after being invited to a seminar in New Jersey, and that literally just changed my life. Like that weekend, I quit my job and I started really full time doing all the things I've always wanted to do in life. And I think that people need to be able to decide what they want. I understand that, there's circumstances where you have to have a job, but before I quit my job, I spent 15 minutes a day, um, 15 minutes a day doing the things I wanted to do towards, um, the stuff I wanted to do. I took 15 minutes in the morning or in the evening to actually compile things. So 15 minutes a day got me to this point where I'm no longer employed by anybody, but I'm literally working for myself, working for clients, and putting in the time that it takes to actually grow my clients and grow myself. And it's a wonderful thing. And I think that we all need to be able to, I would say, do these things. And I'm going on TikTok now because I want to make sure, that I'm covering all the bases, because as a content creator, as an entrepreneur, as a person with a media company, and a co-CEO and CEO, I have to cover all these bases. So give me 1 second. Let me just go ahead and put this up, grow and succeed. If you have any questions or any troubles that you're going through, any problems that you may go through, go ahead and put it in the comment section over here, and I will answer your questions, because um, I think that we all need to. And let me put this here. I think that we all definitely all need to grow and succeed in life. So let's talk about some defining growth and success. Growth, continuous improvement, learning, and expanding capabilities. In this day and age, the growth pattern seems to be on the AI end, and I'm going to say that I've learned a lot about prompting. Prompting is computer language, understanding what to tell the computer to do so that you get the best results. And I have been doing that. I just not just let me see, about a few weeks ago I finished my first episode of a client's 100 series of his life, and the prompting for that was amazing. I want to say that if you want to learn more about prompting, go ahead and go on YouTube. But not only that, go to school and find out about learning about prompting on AI. That's SKOOL.com. And they have classes there. Um, excuse me. They also have classes online that you can learn about prompting and AI. Get the basics of AI, because AI is going to be the thing that's going to wipe everything out. If you know how to, not everything, but if you know how to use AI, then your business, everything will prosper. It will grow and it will succeed. So, achieving goals aligned with personal values. And I didn't have vision for a long time. I didn't know what I wanted to do. And again, if you have questions or if you have comments, please go ahead and put it in the comment section, and I will answer it, or comment, or like, or whatever. But I didn't have a vision for a long time. And I think at my age today, the vision would be just to be happy. I mean, I'm not really going for a major goal. You know what I'm trying to say? Like, I'm a singer, and if I never get a number one hit, I'm fine with that. What I want to do is I want to sing and I want to create and I want to do that. And I feel like, a lot of us are reaching too high sometimes, and I'm not enjoying the journey. And I really truly think that if I do get a number one hit, or if I do get a gold record, like my mom's gold records and her platinum record that I have up there, if I did that, I think that would be amazing. But if I did that and didn't enjoy the journey, that would be a travesty. So I say that, yeah, you could have that goal of getting to the top. You could have that goal of being number one in your field. You can have that goal, and there's nothing wrong with that. But I think not enjoying the journey to get there and the journey getting there would be a travesty. So I say to everyone, if you have a goal, if you are reaching for your goals, if you're doing things that you want to do in life, but you're not enjoying it, then it's not really the place you need to be. You need to be in a place where you're enjoying yourself, you're enjoying the goals that you are aspiring to have, you're enjoying the journey. To get to wherever you say you want to get to. But don't be disappointed if you never reach it, because it's not in reaching that top plethora of the goal, it's the journey to get you wherever you're going. And a lot of times I think that the example would be, I'm at a concert and I'm enjoying the concert. My phone is in my purse. My phone is in I have a little fanny or pack, and I put it in there because I truly want to enjoy this journey that I'm on by giving my full attention to whoever I'm watching. But I see people who have cameras up the entire time and they're looking through their camera and they're focused on that. And the memory that I have is going to be different than the memory that they have. And that's what I'm really focused on. I'm focused on the memory that you may have and the goals that you are setting, the journey that takes you to that plethora, to that top point. That's where all the fun is. That is where all the difficulty is. That's where all the learning is. And I think that we need to kind of step back and really enjoy that process. Enjoy the ups and the downs. We don't learn and we can't succeed if we ever have a down moment, if we never have a trial, a tribulation, a difficult moment, then we're never going to learn. So embrace all of that, and emphasize that success looks different for everyone. So that's what I was saying. Like, people who have their phones up during events and things like that, they're really truly not immersing themselves into that moment. They're focused on that cell phone. I say put the cell phone away. If you're in a business meeting, don't take your cell phone into the business meeting. Leave it with the secretary or leave it with someone who can answer the phone for you so that you can be immersed into the moment. I know that when I am in a meeting and I see someone's phone next to them and it's turned up or down, it doesn't really matter to me. I know that the number one focus is, if that phone rings, their focus is coming off of what they're doing with me, and they're going to be right there in that phone. Now, I understand about emergencies and things like that. There should be a way to actually receive emergency phone calls and things like that. That's why I said leave your phone with someone who can manage your phone, answer your phone. Or even, if you look at your phone and it's an emergency, make sure that it is an emergency. If not, then just turn it down and say, okay, excuse me, because you don't have someone to watch your phone. But these are things that I believe that's successful, that will emerge yourself in success, and that will keep you and your clients, and understand that your clients want to be the number one person that you are focused during the time that you're talking to them. Oh, good morning. No problem. Thank you, America, Newscape. Thank you. All right. So, mindset and growth success. Mindset versus fixed mindset. So you have a mindset. You really want to get to your goal. You have this aspiration. You have this thing that you want to do. You want to be the top singer of 2025 or 2026. You want to get that goal. So there is that mindset, right? But if it doesn't happen, it doesn't happen. But there's a fixed mindset. So the fixed mindset is a little different than just the mindset. The fixed mindset says, okay, I have to get to this goal. I have to get to this goal by that. I should not get to this goal by December 31st. So the fixed mindset will make a top 10 list or top 20 list. And out of the top 20, they'll categorize the number one important thing, the number two important thing, and all the way down to 10. And then they'll take those 10 or those 20 or whatever it is, and then they'll categorize it and they'll knock it down again to top 5. And then boom, 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 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then they say, okay, out of those 5, what is going to be the top 3? This is a fixed mindset. Not that they're not going to get to all 10 or 20 or what or however long the list may be, but that the top 3 things is one of the most important. They're 3 of the most important things that if you do not accomplish those top 3 things, your goal is gone. So really focusing like a fixed mindset. I'm fixed on that. This is it. This is the plan. This is the plan. This is what I do. This is the time I do it. This is when I do it. This is the date I do it. You got your calendar book out, or you got your calendar on your phone, or whatever, however you keep things organized, and you are fixed on those top 3 things. Now, the top 3 things are great. Now, the next 3 things should be in order. So now you have the top 3. Then after those are completed, and you make your notes and you write it down. Okay, number 1 was completed. When was it completed? How was it completed? What was the result? Yeah, this is a fixed mindset rather than just a mindset. A fixed mindset is totally different. Okay, and so what you want to do on your fixed mindset is make sure that you have your top 10. I always say keep it simple, stupid, right? Get your top 10 things that you want to do for this thing that you want to accomplish. Okay, break it down to the 7 things, then break it down to the 5, then break it down to the top 3, and then the next 3, that's 6, and then the last 4. I always say 10 is going to get you what you need. It's not going to overwhelm you. Now, until you finish the top 1 thing, you cannot go to the next. That is a fixed mindset. That rule right there, that top 1 thing. What is the 1 thing that if you don't do this now, nothing is going to work? It's all going to crumble. That is your number 1. Number 2 would be after I've done number 1, completed number 1, put the date, time, and all of the details that I have done for number 1. I've done everything for number 1. I've completed number 1. It is now officially complete. Number 2 is going to be the next move after 1. And sometimes you have to understand that number 2 can change. That is the biggest thing I think people don't recognize, is that number 2 can change. And that's why you do 10 things. And then you go down to number 2, and number 2 should be number 4, because number 4 should be number 2, because you didn't realize when you started the journey that was the next step. So don't feel like as if, oh, you failed because you got this list and the top 3 of the top 3. You did the 1 thing, and now the next thing is going to be different because now your journey is changing. It's moving in a different place. You've already, like, number 1 and number 2 were combined, and you didn't really realize that they should have been combined. And so when you finished it, you realized that number 2 was already completed. Now you have to go to the next one. But number 3 should be, number 3 shouldn't be there. It should be, maybe number 4 should be number 2, or number, you see what I'm saying? So don't be discouraged when you finish your first thing on your top 10, your top 3, your 10 list, but your top 3 things, you finish the first thing, and all of a sudden now number 2 is different. It's okay. I think people get overwhelmed. They feel like if they failed, this is no. The journey is beautiful, and the journey always changes, and it's never the same, and it's different for everyone. The journey is always different for everyone. It looks different for me than it'll look for you, and I can't give you the advice that you're going to need for your journey, because your journey is going to be different. However, I can give you the steps. And that's what we're doing today. The Grow and Succeed on School is going to be, is the beautiful thing about it is, and let me go ahead and share with you my page for Grow and Succeed, is that we go over these things. We actually make the top 10 list. We make that top 10 list. We go over things, and we can talk about our journeys, even though they're all different, which is beautiful. Our journeys are all different. We may have different goals, we may have different professions, but the strategy to get to where we need to get to, the accountability, the motivation, the support is all in Grow and Succeed on School. And you'll see my picture there. And I would love for you guys to join. So, the fixed mindset avoids challenges, and you avoid the challenges and you fear failure. And I thought about that. You don't avoid the challenges are going to come. Okay, but maybe the challenge is that you didn't combine two things. Maybe the challenge is that you didn't foresee this part of the journey. It wasn't even on your top 10 list. So don't be discouraged. And don't fear failure, because it's not failure. Remember, I told you earlier, it's ups and it's downs. It's ins and it's outs. And without those up and downs, the journey is useless. It's useless. You're never going to learn anything. It doesn't make any sense. And so that's what I'm talking about when I say that don't fear don't fear failure. It's not really failure. It's more like, okay, this is a lesson to be learned. What is it? Get a book. Get like a notebook. I got plenty of notebooks around here, so I got plenty of notebooks. But get a notebook and write down your top 10, and then on the next page, you write down your top 7, or you get that first page done, but on the very next page, write down number 1, and then start writing this down. Okay, today I did this towards this. It takes 15 minutes a day to create a business if you are working. 15 minutes a day. That's exactly what I did. And that's exactly why I'm here today, right here doing this with you. 15 minutes a day is all it takes to create something and to go for something. And once it starts going, then you can add more time. It's a beautiful thing. The importance of resilience and adaptability. And we talked about this. Being resilient doesn't mean that you're not going to go up and down. You're not going to fear complications. It doesn't mean any of that. What it means is that you are going to go ahead and learn from these things. You're going to be adaptable. Like I said, if number 1 gets completed and number 2 is just nah, that can't be number 2, because it just doesn't come next, then change it. Don't worry about if you have to change the journey along the way. That is the beautiful thing about it. You're learning, and you're learning that is not next. That can't be next. So stay curious and open to feedback. Okay, the feedback part. Let's get into the feedback part. So the feedback part is that you got to be careful who you take advice from. You can get feedback. Write it down in a notebook. Feedback in your note section. I'm going to tell you why you do this. Don't necessarily jump on anything that anyone tells you in the beginning. What you're going to do is write it down, or you're going to type it on your phone, or you're going to put it in a note. However you do it, whatever you do. And you're going to go back to it later and read it or listen to it. If it makes sense, then put it in your book in the top 10 things and see where it would fit. If it doesn't make sense, then it just doesn't make sense. Maybe it's not your journey. Maybe it's for someone else. Maybe it's their journey and they had that next and they're just trying to help you, which is great. But a lot of times, and I'm going to warn you, a lot of times there are people out there that want to see your demise and not see you succeed. And darling, they will give you bad feedback. And that's why I say, do not move on that feedback right away. Do not. Write it down. because again, there are well wishers out there and people who really want to see you succeed. However, there are those that are jealous and don't want you to succeed, and you have to weed it out. So again, just don't jump on anything. Always review things. Always look at the picture, look at the big picture. Where does this fit? Your journey is a puzzle piece, and a lot of times the puzzles just come in different, the pieces just come in different times, different places, and everything just gets scattered, you know what I mean? So again, and that, if you have taken anything from this coffee session today, please make sure that you do not jump on anything that anyone has said. You're going to write it down. You're going to take it back to your drawing board, your board, not their board, not anyone else's board. You're going to take it back to your board and see if it fits your journey. Obviously, this is after you've done everything that you need to establish for your company, for your LLC, for your DBA, whatever it is you want to do. But you must understand that not every feedback, not every suggestion, not everything that people tell you fits your journey. And you're going to have to find if it fits within the puzzle pieces that you have. Because if it doesn't, then it's okay. That too is a part of the journey. Understanding that not moving too fast, but taking it and putting it together, it's going to give you that multi-million dollar business, that multi-million dollar mindset, that focused mindset. It's going to give you the reason that you can say, look, I got it. I appreciate your feedback. Let me go ahead and write this down, or let me go ahead and put this in my phone, and then I'm going to take it to the drawing board and see if it fits. I appreciate it. I appreciate. Now, thank you so much. So now what I want to go through is setting clear goals. And everybody that doesn't know this, it's called SMART. SMART, which is specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and time bound. And then we're going to go ahead and stop, and we're going to go, and I'm going to have these coffee sessions. I'm going to put up the next coffee session as soon as I can. But specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and time bound. And I want to make sure that these coffee sessions are going to start to be at certain days and times, but it won't always be public. It will be available for my Grow and Succeed on school, but it won't always be public. I will have public ones though that I will do. Okay, so don't worry about that. So specific. We already said top 10. I already got you on specific. I already got you in the top 3, the top 1. We are very specific about that. This is where we begin. This is where we start. Okay. Measurable. Measurable means, okay, I'm doing it. It's measurable. I can see where the growth is. I can see where the success is. I can see where the progress is. I can see that I'm not wasting my time doing this. I can see that I'm happy doing this. I can see the pleasure in doing this. And I can also see the goal in doing this. And if you can't see these things, then you're in the wrong thing. It takes time to understand what you really want to do. I mean, what is it that you want to do? If you've been working for someone else all this time and you hate your job, but you really haven't figured out who you really are. And there's a lot of people that have started there. They started super, super late in their lives and become very big successes. Okay. But what do? They stop doing things for other people. Look, you're either going to be doing your dream and fulfilling your goals, or you're going to be doing it for someone else and fulfilling theirs. And sometimes you have this goal that you just want to be the top person in your company, in the company that you work for, because you love them. Perfect. Write down the top 10 things that you need to do, and then the top 3 things that you need to do to get to wherever you want to be in that company. There's nothing wrong with working for yourself. There's nothing wrong with working for anyone else. What I see that's wrong is not having the goal of being the person that you want to be, and not focusing on anyone else, but just focusing on you. You can't control the outside elements, but you can definitely help yourself to become a better person, to become a better whoever you want to be, a better singer, a better AI, or better whatever Achievable. The top 10 goals, and then the top 3, when we break down, you have to make sure they are achievable. They can't be in the atmosphere yet. They can't, because they have to be the most basic things, like what is next? Not what is the goal, but what is next? What comes next on the list of the things that I feel I need to do to make sure that these goals I have are going to succeed. And I want to thank you guys so much. Thank you everybody on TikTok, and thank you everybody on YouTube, and also in my school, for joining me today. This is August 1st, 2024. I'm sorry, 2025. I'm thinking 2024. 2025. And what we're doing today is we're going over SMART. We're going over how to implement those, that list, that top 10, top 7, top 5, top 3, and then number 1. And remembering that you have to be flexible, because number 2 could change after you've completed number 1. So we're being specific and measurable and achievable. Don't set a goal you can't achieve until after you've done certain things. Then that's wrong in your in your list. You have to put the next thing. So make sure it's achievable. Relevant. Relevant is big, because if you have a goal and you have your top 10, but number 1 is nowhere near relevant to what you really want to do, then you're somewhere else, and maybe you need to rethink what you really want to do. So make it relevant to what you really want to do. And if you find that it's not relevant to what you want to do, then that's not what you want to do. It's really simple. It's super, super simple. And of course, time bound. You want to put a timestamp on these things. It can't be number 1 and number 1 and number 1 and number 1 and number 1 for the months to come. You have to put a timestamp on how long do you want number 1 to last? When do you want to complete number 1? So number 1 will start August 1st, 2025, and I have 30 days to complete number 1. And each number, you have 30 days or 31 days or that month of August or whatever to complete it. I guarantee you that as you complete each goal, you will find the journey's going to be beautiful. The money's going to start coming in as soon as it's supposed to, because we just don't know when that's going to happen. Like I said, the journey is going to be different for everyone. And I hate when I see make $1,000 a day and make this and that and the other. But darling, in order to make $1,000 a day, you have to go to the plan. What is the SMART plan? Where is it? Where is the specifics? Okay. Where is measurable? Where is achievable? Where is relevant? And where's time bound? You can jump in, but it doesn't guarantee you that you're going to make $1,000 a day starting today. You'll make the $1,000 a day as soon as you complete the goals, as soon as you understand where you're supposed to be in that particular story, in that particular goal, in that particular journey. So don't look at something and say, I need to make some money. I need to make some money today. The best thing for you to do to make money, literally, I'm going to tell you right now, is to be doing the thing that you're doing now for clients. Get a client. Get a client and do the things that you're doing now for your company, for yourself, or whatever the case may be. Grab something and put it together and put it out on Fiverr, or, put it out on your Facebook. Do something. You may get a client today and you may not, but that's still not the journey. And it still probably won't make you happy, not unless you like it, not unless you love it. So, I want to say that thank you guys so much for tuning in. Thank you guys so much for being here for my coffee session. I will schedule the next coffee session. I'll probably do it probably Sunday. So Sunday, I will be here at 10 a.m. again. Yeah, 10 a.m. coffee. I don't drink coffee too much, so I have my bottle of water. But I want to thank you guys so much for tuning in. Don't forget to dare to be different, but most of all, don't forget to set your list. And when we come back, I want you to put on the comment section below that you've done your list. So right here below, wherever you may be watching, if there's a comments part down there, whether you're watching on TikTok or whether you're watching on school or on my YouTube channel, go ahead, and I need accountability. So if you've watched this video, if you've watched this video all the way through, and now you know the top 10, I need you to get a notebook. I need you to get a notebook. I need you to write the top 10 things, then break it down 7, 5, and then 3, and then start with number 1. And I need you to be like, I did it. So below, I need you to write, I did it. Okay. And then, and don't put down what you're doing, because again, your journey is different. Just put, I did it, because we're going to go ahead and talk about the next step after you've gotten all of those steps done and all of those steps written down in that notebook. Okay. All right, guys. Thank you so much for tuning in, and I will see you guys next time. And all right, guys, bye. And I don't even know how to get out of here, because literally speaking, okay, here we go. I got this in front. Bye.